Today we're talking about 8 things that you need to talk about in your next budget meeting. So if you are married, dating, engaged, or budgeting with someone, then you're definitely going to want to stick around. Hey guys, I'm Marissa and welcome back to my channel. Here on my channel we talk about budgeting tips to help you win with money and also chat about how you can enjoy life while still accomplishing financial goals. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, then definitely scroll down and hit that subscribe button. And before we get into the video, I wanted to let you guys know that all of these things that I'm going to be sharing you can actually get as a free PDF download so that you can just have it and look at it and use it for your next budget meeting as a budget meeting questionnaire. So I will have a link to that in the description box down below. Again, it's totally a free PDF download, so go ahead and check that out. Also, I want to hear from you guys. What is one thing that you are sure to talk about in your budget meeting? Leave me a comment down below. So I love having a budget meeting with my husband, Jacob. I am definitely more of the budget nerd, and so I'm the one who compiles the budget, but we still do take time to sit down and kind of plan out the month and figure out what we want to do in the short term and also in the long term, because I think it's so important to have great money discussions with your spouse. And so for the next time that you are having a budget meeting with your partner, these are things that you will want to talk about. The first thing is taking time to dream and asking each other where you want to be in 1 year or even 5 years. I think that it is so awesome for you and your partner to be able to sit down and just share your dreams together. And your budget and your money should be able to reflect the dreams and goals and aspirations that you have. So if your partner really wants to go to Europe in 5 years, that's something that you can totally begin to plan for using your budget. While money does not equal life, a lot of things that you get to do in life, you get to do because you have the resources or the money available. And so for you to be able to dream about what you want to accomplish in life, whether that's buying a house or starting a family or going back to school, all of those things do require some sort of resources. And so being able to dream about those things in life, you're then able to take those dreams and put it into paper using your monthly budget. Number 2, what is the most fun thing you like to do with money? I love this question because it helps you to be able to figure out what is important to each other. For example, one fun thing that I like to do with money is go to Starbucks, and I like to go just once a week so I don't overdo it on either the fancy drinks or the expense, but I really enjoy spending my money on getting a latte on Monday mornings. Whereas that's not so much the case for Jacob, and he prefers to spend his money on more things that are for hobbies. And so with that, we're able to figure out what's important to each of us. And one thing that I love to do in our budget is we each get personal spending money. So I get $100 and Jacob gets $100, and this is for each of us, and we don't have to ask each other about spending this money. This is just, we can use it to get whatever we want. I recently used my money to get an Apple Watch, which is something that Jacob wouldn't want, but I definitely wanted for myself, and I had enough money saved up, so I decided to get myself a watch. And that wasn't something that I needed to run past Jacob because it's my money and something that I like to spend on for fun. Number 3, what scares you most about money or budgeting? I know that it can be really tough to talk about money, and so maybe that's even your biggest fear, but I think that it's so important for you and your partner to have a healthy communication about money by even discussing things that may scare you. For example, maybe your partner's really afraid that you don't have enough money saved up if there's an emergency, or someone else is concerned that you're not even making enough money. It's important to have that open discussion of talking about things that you're excited about, like we talked about earlier, but also maybe the things that you're a little bit nervous for. And so that's definitely a great question to ask when you're having just an overall budget meeting. Number 4, what financial goal do you want to tackle first? So if you guys are both on the same page about working towards financial goals and just knowing that you are wanting to progress in your financial health, that is fantastic. But now it's important to figure out what financial goal you're going to tackle first. I think that it's so valuable to be working on one or maybe a small second financial goal at a time, and that just really helps you to build traction and finish that financial goal faster, which is why Dave Ramsey's program, the 7 baby steps, has done so well, is because it really helps people to focus on one financial goal at a time. So sit down and talk about what financial goal is most important to you. Is that saving for an emergency fund? Is that paying off debt? Is that saving for your kids' college? What is most important to you in your financial goals, and what do you want to tackle first? Number 5, where are you willing to cut expenses? So if you are truly wanting to accomplish your financial goals and tackle them as fast as possible, that may mean that you have to make a few sacrifices. And so figuring out maybe what's not really important to you with expenses. And you'd be surprised that two people really don't care about one expense that you're spending money on anyway. So sitting down and really talking about that, I think, is so valuable. Maybe for one person, you'll say, I actually really don't care to have cable. Like, I don't enjoy watching TV, so that's not something that's important to me. And the other person goes, oh, well, me neither. So just think of those things that maybe you would totally not mind just cutting out of your budget, something that you don't care spending money on. And number 6, on the other hand, is what is a non-negotiable? What is something that you for sure have to be able to spend money on? For some people, I know that is vacations. Dave Ramsey will say not to go on vacation while you are working on paying off debt, but I know a lot of people who have gone on vacations while still being able to accomplish financial goals like paying off debt or saving for an emergency fund. And that is just really up to you. Personal finance is personal after all. So if vacation is a non-negotiable, what is something that you can do that's maybe a little bit more modest that you can still enjoy while you're working on paying off debt? Or maybe your non-negotiable is eating organic food. So think about something that is really important to you that you spend money on and that you really don't want to change. Number 7, what are your short-term and long-term savings goals? Just sitting down and thinking about those things that you're wanting to save money for, whether that is a vacation. If you say that you want to go to Europe next year, that's something that you're probably going to want to start saving for now. Or if you really want to be able to retire early, that's going to be maybe a little bit of a long-term savings goal, but definitely something that's really important and is going to impact your budget today. You really can start a savings goal for just about anything, whether that's for something like vacation, an emergency fund, a house down payment goal, a baby fund if you're expecting a baby, a new car fund, college savings. There are so many things that you could be saving for. So what are some of those that you are interested in for the short term and the long term? And number 8, how can I support you on our financial journey? I think that this is so valuable to talk about with your partner because you guys are a team, and this is something that you guys can be encouraging each other and supporting each other with, and you together are working on the same common goal. So why not see how you can support, encourage, and love each other through the journey? So these are the 8 things to talk about in your next budget meeting. Don't forget that you can grab my free PDF download with a list of all of these questions that you can take to your next budget meeting with that link in the description box down below. Also, don't forget to comment, let me know what is one thing that you have to talk about in a budget meeting, or maybe what's one thing that's difficult for you to talk about in a budget meeting. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you are new, and I will look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. Bye.
Already packing, come with me. I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know.